Hello and welcome, everyone, to the BobbyBeat Show. You go to podcast for all things music, creativity, and inspiration. I'm your host, Bobby Beat, a producer, artist, and your number one cheerleader when it comes to following your dreams in music. Today, I want to talk about something that hits home for every single musician, artist, or producer out there: the motivation to never give up on your music, no matter how long it takes. Whether you're just starting out or you've been grinding for years, it's a journey full of ups and downs and everything in between. I get it. The music industry is tough, it's competitive, unpredictable, and sometimes downright discouraging. But let me tell you this: if you got that passion for music burning inside you, it's worth fighting for. Stick around and I'll share some insight and personal stories to help keep your spirits high. Let's get it into it. Let's start with the foundation of your motivation. Why did you start making music in the first place? Think back to the first time you fell in love with it. Was it a melody you couldn't get out of your head? A moment when you realized a song could move people emotionally? Or maybe it was the way creating music gave you a sense of freedom you never felt before. For me, it was all about connection. Music was my way of expressing things I couldn't put into words. When I realized my beats could make people dance or feel something deep, I knew I had found my purpose. That feeling? That's your spark. And every time you feel like giving up, you go back to that. Write down your why. Why? Seriously, put it on a sticky note or your phone's lock screen. When you're in the thick of frustration, having that reminder of why you started can be a powerful motivator. One of the biggest traps artists fall into is comparing their journey to someone else. You see someone blowing up on social media, landing big gigs, or dropping chart-topping tracks. And it's easy to feel like you're not doing enough. Let me tell you this: success in music isn't a race, it's a process. It's not a race, it's a process. Think about it like this: when you're learning an instrument, you don't master it in one day. You practice scales, mess up and try again, mess up and try again and try again and mess up again. Music production is no different. Every beat, every song, every failure, it's all part of your growth. The key is to enjoy the process. Celebrate those small wins. Finished your first track? Amazing. Got one more follower or stream than last month? Progress. Focus on your own journey and keep building step by step. Great things take time. Here's a little reality check. There is no expiration date on making it in music. None. There are countless artists who found success later in life. Louis Armstrong was 41 when he got his big break. 41! I am now 45. And let's not forget Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65. 65! Man! You can do it. But that's a story for another podcast. The point is, stop pursuing yourself with imaginary deadlines. Music is a lifelong journey, not a sprint to the finish line. Your time might not be tomorrow, next month, or even next year. And that's okay. Keep refining your craft, putting your work out there, and trust that your dedication will pay off. Let's talk about setbacks and self-doubt because they're unavoidable. Maybe your latest track didn't perform as well as you'd hoped, or you've hit a creative block and every beat you make sounds off. I've been there. Every artist has. Here's the secret: setbacks are temporary, but quitting is permanent. I repeat it: Setbacks are temporary, but quitting is permanent. When you're feeling stuck, take a break. Listen to music that inspires you or try something completely new. And as for self-doubt, remember, it's a sign you care about what you're doing. Use it as fuel to prove yourself wrong. No one ever said the path will be easy, but I promise if you stick with it, the rewards will be worth every struggle. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of community. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Whether it's collaborating with other artists, engaging with your listeners, or simply sharing your journey on social media, having a support system makes all the difference. The music community is full of people just like you, passionate, hardworking, and chasing their dreams. Lean on them. And if you ever need a boost, drop me a message. I'm always here to remind you that you've got this. Come to my channel and drop me a message. I'm always here to remind you that you've got this. So, my friends, keep going. Keep writing, producing, singing, and creating. The world needs your music. And no one else can bring what you have to the table. Remember your why. Embrace the process and never ever give up. And never ever give up. And never ever give up. Hey, if you make a song, drop me the lines. And never ever give up. I repeat it. And never ever give up. Thank you for tuning in to the BobbyBeat Show. If this episode resonated with you, share with a fellow musician or drop me a message. I love to hear from you. Until next time, stay motivated and keep the music alive. Peace. BobbyBeat.